What's up, everybody? It's Brian with ProjectorScreen.com. We have once again teamed up with Projector Central, the world's largest database and most authoritative source of information in the projection industry, to bring you the second annual Laser TV Showdown, the ultimate UST Projector Shootout. Last year's event enlightened and delighted. The results were close, but it was the Chinese 4-movie theater, a relatively unknown brand in the USA, that emerged victorious at our previous showdown. And now that the newest crop of laser TVs have been released, we just had to do it all over again to see what projectors that the expert panel of judges determined to be their top choices and crown a new king with the title of the best laser TV ultra short throw projector for 2023. Now, despite hosting the event in our facility and writing all of the checks, the Laser TV Showdown was entirely run under the direction of Rob Sabin, editor-in-chief of Projector Central. Everything from the selection of the projectors included, who the judges are, what the content was, what the criteria was, as well as the judging were all determined by Rob at Projector Central. To further insulate ProjectorScreen.com from the contest and the criteria, as well as all of the mechanics, Projector Central had brought Sammy Prescott in to do all of the calibrations, as opposed to us using our own in-house calibrator as we did last year. Now, Sammy is no stranger to the Laser TV Showdown, as he was one of our esteemed judges in last year's competition. On top of the ultra short throw shootout, we also ambitiously took on a whole nother showdown, the Lifestyle Projector Showdown. That's right, 2 events in one day over 10 grueling hours. You can read about the Lifestyle Projector Showdown as well in our blog. We had help from several sponsors in putting together this year's event by providing us with gear, such as our #1 sponsor, Spectra Projection, who provided us all of the screens used in both showdowns, as well as the UST mobile stand carts which house the screens and the projector. We also were provided distribution and connectivity equipment as well as pattern generators from AV ProEdge and Meridio. Now, while we did get some help from some of these sponsors, I want to make one thing very clear. None of the competitors were sponsors of the competition in any way, nor did they have any say or influence over anything that happened here in the contest. We didn't ask their permission to include them, nor did we use any manufacturer-provided samples. Every unit in the showdown was taken from retail stock, whether it was off of our shelf or had to be procured elsewhere because I do not carry it. The exception to this was the Ultimia Thor T60, which is still in a Kickstarter crowdfunding phase. For this competition, Projector Central brought together a panel of 6 independent judges, all of whom are well respected and experienced in the audiovisual industry. We've got some familiar faces from last year, as well as some new judges that joined our panel this year. So, let's get into it and meet our judges. We have Chris Eberly rejoining us from last year. Chris is a professional ISF-trained display calibrator. He's also a display reviewer for Secrets of Home Theater and High Fidelity, and a display reviewer for Tom's Hardware. New to the panel this year was Andy Grimm. Andy is a projector reviewer and contributor for Home Theater Review. He's also a display calibrator and a very prolific contributor to the AVS forum. Another new judge this year was John Higgins. John is the managing editor for Tech at Reviewed, which is part of the USA Today network, and he is also an ISF-trained display calibrator. We have a familiar face from last year, Sound and Vision editor-in-chief Mark Henninger. Mark was also the former managing editor for Home Theater Review, the former editor-in-chief for AVS Forum, and he is a THX certified display calibrator. Another new face joining us this year as a judge is David Stone. David is a longtime projector reviewer for PC Mag and also a veteran contributor for Projector Central. And back again as a judge for his second year, we have YouTube sensation Chris Majestic. Chris is a very experienced technology and projector reviewer, and personally, one of my favorite YouTubers. So, how did the judges pick their favorites? We wanted to enable the judges to choose the best ultra short throw projectors out there. So Projector Central put together a stress test to try out each of the contestants' color accuracy, dynamic range in both SDR and HDR content, also testing the resolution and detail with still and motion video, image scaling and processing, and contrast with both the lights on and the lights off. Each laser TV was paired with an identical 100-inch diagonal ambient light rejecting screen from our sponsor Spectra Projection. These screens were made specifically for ultra short throw projectors and are among the top performing screens of their type. These projectors were all evaluated at the same time, side by side, using a series of test patterns for movies and TV clips as well as a DirecTV box. We also added non-reflective dividers between the different UST screens to limit the light bleed between the units. Now, instead of using uneven or harsh ceiling lights, what we constructed was a mechanism to have even light distribution with mounts lighted to the back of every UST stand. That ensured a level playing field when it came to the room's ambient light, with the exact amount of light hitting all of the screens. The judges were given ballot sheets to rate each projector for specific attributes of picture quality, such as color accuracy, contrast, black level and shadow detail, and detail and sharpness. Now, while the cost of a laser TV is an incredibly important factor for most shoppers, it did not factor into any of the rankings. The judging was purely done on image quality alone. Not only were the judges tasked with attributing a score to the specific criteria, they were also asked to pick their top 3 overall choices, taking everything about the projector into account, and that judges' pick ranking is how the awards were given this year. So, taking all of this into account, who will win the title of the best ultra short throw projector in the 2023 Laser TV Showdown? The results are in for the winner of the 2023 Laser TV Showdown. So let's see who the judges' pick was for the best ultra short throw projector of 2023. In third place for this year's Showdown, it was the Leica Cine 1. While Leica is a brand with a legacy for phenomenal optics with its camera lenses, it is a total newcomer to the projection space. While the Cine 1 is built upon last year's Hisense L9G platform, which was manufactured for Leica by Hisense, the advantages that the Leica lens packaged inside brings to this last generation's model was very apparent to our judges. Its sharpness was undoubtedly superior to the rest of the USTs in this showdown, and per the scorecard, was rated with top scores in all of the detail and sharpness criteria. The Cine 1 comes in 2 different fixed focus sizes, preset to either 100 inches or 120 inches. The Leica Cine 1 may not be the right projector for everyone, especially considering its low contrast and high price tag. However, for those of you that are most interested in the sharpest image possible that comes by virtue of the amazing lens that the Cine 1 carries, or they have an affinity for the Leica brand coming from a rich history of photography, the Leica Cine 1 just may be right for you. For second place, we had a tie as far as the judges' picks were concerned: the Hisense PX2 Pro and the Epson LS800. The PX2 Pro clearly separated itself from the pack in terms of its 24p motion handling, with the highest score in the entire showdown. The new Hisense PX2 Pro offers a vast amount of improvements over its predecessor, the PX1 Pro, which finished in 4th place in last year's Laser TV Showdown. The PX2 Pro has vastly improved contrast, a brighter output, Dolby Vision support, and a Google operating system featured built-in Netflix support. These improvements clearly manifest themselves in the judges' overall ranking for the PX2 Pro, giving it a tie for second place. The Epson LS800, available in both a black and a white chassis, has rapidly become one of the most popular projectors of the year due to its incredibly high brightness, short throw distance, and low lag time. It was the only LCD-based projector in this year's Laser TV Showdown, and by virtue of how it achieves its 4K resolution via shift, it did not provide the same level of sharpness and detail as its DLP counterparts. But it more than made up for it in the eyes of the judges with its overall performance and feature set. While not scoring TARC marks in any specific criteria in this competition, its overall great performance, high brightness, dynamic contrast, and other attributes made the LS800 tie for second place in the eyes of the judges. The Epson LS800 is absolutely a top contender to be put in any well-lit environment. And now, the overall judges' pick, #1 place for the best ultra short throw projector of 2023 in this year's Laser TV Showdown is, drumroll please, once again, the 4-Movie Theater. The 4-Movie Theater is no longer the new kid on the block. In fact, last year it became the king of the hill and has managed to defend its high ground by virtue of its exceptional contrast, black level, shadow detail, tone mapping, and handling of HDR content, among other areas of excellence. It was a resounding top pick for this year's judges, with 5 out of 6 choosing it as their #1 pick, and the 6th judge choosing it as #2. No other projector in this showdown was selected by every single judge, let alone with consistent top placement. The fact that this projector was the overwhelming favorite of all of the judges earns the 4-Movie Theater the top spot as the best ultra short throw projector for 2023. Based on its #1 ranking by our judges and low price point, we here at ProjectorScreen.com feel confident that the 4-movie theater still retains its position as the best value in ultra short throw projection. Now, while the final product may make it seem that it was easy to put on an event like this, let me assure you, it was not. This was a very exhaustive effort to bring you the best ultra short throw projector contest possible. Everyone involved, from our 6 expert judges, to the calibrator, to the event maestro himself, Rob Sabin, did a tremendous job and a service to projection enthusiasts everywhere. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more of our great upcoming content. And check out our blog. There's going to be a link in the description below where you can see all of the different pre- and post-calibration measurements and projector settings published for the items in this year's Showdown. Once again, this is Brian with ProjectorScreen.com, and keep on projecting.